Welcome to One Word a Day. I'm Sophie, your pilot into the universe of Chinese. Let's continue discover supposedly Paleolithic age characters. That's when, at the dawn of civilization, how Chinese language creators conceptualize some, you know, forever eternal beings in our environment. And we've been talking about the sun, the moon. Now today is the star, and it's pronounced as a xing flat tone. And I have the fun to convert instead of convert an English word star, spell it out as every other episode. And today I have this emoji to represent star. And I want to illustrate this point of emojis are just a contemporary use of digital symbols to communicate things without using words, right? To use imagery to represent something. And that has been the practice of Chinese from the beginning of time. Time in Chinese calendar. Okay, so star in Chinese, that's how ancient times visualize what star was, what that means to them. The connection between the sun and the star shows in here because these are the sun symbols. And the sun symbol is simply a box or a sphere got a rectangularized later on, but it was the sphere with horizontal line means the energy. There's some burning, some energy emission, light and the heat format coming to us. That's how we capture what sun means to humans, right? Energetic ball. So we have multitudes of those. When you see three of them stacking up in this triangular shape, that means it's even more higher dimension. I want to give you the comparison of when I tell you show you the English, the Chinese word of wood, forest. Wood, wood. Okay, singular wood. Woods means a little woods, right? And the forest. 木林森 when we do such comparison, it's exactly one icon of wood, two of them side by side. And when we place the third one, it's adding another dimension. It's not only covered multitudes of those, but it actually gives you a biodiversity in there because you have some tree growing taller than other trees. And that gives you the third dimension, which is the height. And here, the stars, we have multitudes, three of them stacking up together. So I'm making that comparison of three of them not only means many, many of this sun looking like things out there, but it gives you another dimension because even if visually everything looks on the same canvas, so to speak, the night canvas to our vision, but ancient people may observe those tiny little twinkling things on the nightly canvas could mean they came from different distance, right? So it's a higher dimension thing. It's not a flat one canvas, one dimension. Canvas is two-dimensional, but there is another additional dimension, which is not visually detectable back then in that technology, but we can still conceptualize. It's the third dimension. So stacking up of the stars, of the suns, to give you that extra dimension. So it's the outer space imagined in ancient times. And then we have the concept of birth or life. These three horizontal lines with one vertical line came from this plant growing from the soil. And this, from that we can see it's actually later age. It's later, it may not be first emerged from Paleolithic age. It could be agriculture age after we have this farming activity symbolizing with this plant growing from the ground. But who knows? Maybe in the hunter-gatherer society age already people observe that a plant growing in the ground, that's some sort of life. And this is not only life itself, but it's life-giving as well, that we hunter-gatherers can eat those and survive. And this It's how Chinese express birth or life, and the life of cluster, higher dimensional, many of suns is the Chinese conceptualization of stars. It's many of them, and it's the birth, the beginning of things. Okay, so Chinese have, okay, before I go into these expressions, I want to share with you my personal experience of stargazing. When I was in grade school, our science teacher called for a optional stargazing activity, probably 10 p.m. But at that time, it was like rule breaking for me. I never venture out to into the night without a company of adult back then in that hour. But the science teacher said, you're going to see stars like you've never seen before. And it is true. Till today, I remember I saw the Milky Way, which I didn't know it ever existed. It is drawn on books, yeah, sure, but seeing it with your naked eyes is different. And till today, I remember that stargazing event of like a dozen of students showed up, probably past their bedtime under the permission of their parents to go out, come to a common square place that you can look up. Still, that light pollution was not that bad back then, that I was able to see Milky Way. And it is the moment of me, tiny little being on Earth, have that transcendental, I would say, experience of connecting to the celestial beings out there. So many of them. Till today, I remember. So that's my stargazing and how special that is. Okay, a few expressions. 披星戴月 is how Chinese express Cape, well, this is misspelling, Cape Star, where moon. We use the star and moon as if they are wearables that to say somebody's doing their night shift. They work, do something throughout the night as if they are wearing the stars on their back and wearing the moon as their bracelet, something like that. Because P and Dai, one is this outerwear, this cover. We use P and Dai is this something smaller accessories, small scale things. We use Dai. So when we say 披星戴月, there's somebody wear those celestial things as if they accessorize that or protective gear doing their night work. So that's a Chinese romanticized night work. Okay, 星光大道 is a Chinese translation of star-lit big avenue. Big avenue is simply wider street, is big avenue, and 星光is star-lit. So we use that as a translation of probably Hollywood street with the movie stars printed on them. Okay, 流星花园 was a popular show back then in the early 2000s, maybe, and that's the ultimate Chinese chick flick, talking about the dating stories back then, the twists and turns, the dramas of that. And from the title, 流星花园, shooting star, and you can already see the wishful thinking in there. And 花园, flower garden, to give you the sense of something are blooming, which symbolize the youthful years of this group of young men and women. They're trying to, matching, finding their mate, and romanticized the whole storytelling based on that. That's the 流星花园 show for us. And stars definitely holds a special place in every culture. And that's how Chinese abstract and eternalize the concept of star. Thank you for your time. See you next.